And why do people join cults and why do people follow these leaders? Because as I said, a lot of people in this world are followers. So followers are people that have no foresight, they have no opinion, and they're normally not driven people. They need a leader, they need somebody to lead them through their life experience. So an ideology of, okay, the second coming of Christ for one point. For example, if you think of a Christian religion, the second coming of Christ in 2026, when all these people come together and say, we're waiting for the second coming of Christ, and they all gather. They all thank you for telling me if it's a nice topic. It is. Cults are very interesting phenomenons because for me it's quite interesting how one person or a couple or a group of people or just two people can convince people to leave their homes, to surrender their money and their power to the organization, the cult. Now, it's quite interesting to understand how human psychology really works, okay? Now, remember, they demand absolute loyalty, right? They demand that people must not ask questions or even challenge the group's narrative or the leader's intentions. And normally the leaders always sent by God. The leaders always like somebody different, somebody with more powers who's connected to God or something like that, or somebody who has found the secret to money, to making more money. Because as I said before, cults are not normally only around religion. They can be around any ideology or system or even a political movement, or even business, or even self-help or spiritual. New Age cults are there as well, right? They're all following a certain philosophy and they have a leader, and they do not question what the leader says, right? And the narrative as well. They don't question at all. It isolates the members from family and friends. So it's very toxic in that way. Now you can see this thing is really a cult when you are told that you must isolate yourself to family from family and friends. Right, so once you isolated, you easily to be convinced and gaslighted. But when you have family and friends, and you can ask questions, and your family and friends hear of what this group is all about, so they isolate you, so you don't get any other information besides what's coming out of the group, out of the cult. Okay, so they use manipulation, fear, guilt, and shame to maintain the control over the members. Often exploits members financially, emotionally, sexually, and physically as well. Okay, which is quite sad. They claim exclusive access to the truth. Their opinions or narratives or truths, not opinions. They absolute truths from God or some sorts of deity. You understand? So that is why I'm saying that a lot of people are easily influenced and come part of cults because, number one, when you need a place of belonging, you need healing maybe, and they promise you there's healing because they love bomb you, they pull you closer with nice words, you understand? They pitch something to you, an ideology, a lifestyle. You'll get more money, you'll find your soulmate. So remember, there's all sorts of types of cults. All right. Many new religions, movements are not truly cults. Likewise, not every small spiritual group is dangerous. You understand? Not every small group is dangerous, and not every religious movement is a cult. Okay, you need to understand that. You need to understand how to see and decipher if this specific group is a cult or what are they practicing. When they're not practicing free speech, democracy, where you can speak, and like transparency, not hidden things and secrecy, then becomes a problem. You understand, which is quite interesting.